Now, gathering information from past interviews, it would be your father's military career that would take you to live in Japan. Was experiencing Japanese culture a pivotal point in your life, and did it affect how you live your life today?
Wow, that is a deep, deep question. My experience when we were first told that we were going to be stationed in Japan, I was really upset because I wanted to go to Spain because I wanted to be a Spanish interpreter. So I thought that if we could go to Spain, I could go to the University of Madrid and really, learn to speak the language like a native. So when Daddy said we were going to Japan, I was really, really kind of upset. But the interesting thing that happened is the day that we arrived at the airport of the military base, they took us, once we landed, they took us by bus from that base to another base that we were going to be actually living at. And I had this tremendous sense that I had come home. And I can't explain it. It made no sense to me, but there was a sense of peace and calm that came over me. And from that moment on, I fell in love with Japan. I love the Japanese people. I love Japanese food. I love the language. I love the culture. And so once I started working, which was very soon after I arrived, I was always with Japanese. In fact, I had probably one American friend, and everybody else was Japanese. So it affected my life in a really good way. I learned a sense of inner peace and balance. It's hard to put into words what I learned, but I felt almost Japanese in a sense when I was there.
Now, prior to appearing in King Kong Escape, you worked in modeling, commercials, radio, and commercial ads.
Yes.
Now, were you surprised when you got the call for the role, and was it more about how you looked that interested Arthur Rankin?
I think it was all about how I looked, because he had never met me. He didn't know what I was like as a person. He didn't know if I had the acting career, acting abilities, and I discussed that with him because he called me, and I was really surprised to get the phone call, and that we met at a very nice restaurant, and I said, "Are you sure that you want to have me do this part? Because I've never acted in my life. I don't know if I can act. I don't want to ruin your picture." But I think it was all about, he had a certain vision in his mind about what Susan Watson should look like. And I guess I thought I fit that bill, and I think it was all about how I looked, at least in the beginning.
You have stated that while filming King Kong Escape, you felt you did not know what you were doing acting-wise.
Yes.
Now, how did you feel once you saw the film finally, and you saw yourself on screen?
It depends on when you're asking me. If you're asking me right after we filmed, right after we wrapped and I saw the movie, I I don't want to say embarrassed, but I recognized how much I didn't know about acting. I mean, I knew it at the time, but then I saw it on screen and I thought, oh, you did a terrible job. But now, after all these years, when we saw the movie, I guess it was Friday night, on the big screen, I wasn't so hard on myself, and I really appreciated what I did. I thought, well, I'm not going to get an Academy Award for it, but I thought I did all right. I did better than I thought I did when I was making the movie, so I wasn't as shy about telling people that I was in the movie now.
But interesting, weren't you surprised how your character actually fitted so well on screen with Takarada-san and Mr. Rhodes when you saw the final cut, actually? I mean, didn't you feel that even though you're saying that you didn't think you were the greatest, but you fitted into with the character?
And it's amazing, and it was, I guess, just dumb luck, because Rhodes was this very strong and very tall American actor. Takarada-san, again, is also very strong and very tall Japanese actor. So I was kind of amazed at how well we all meshed together, and I'm very grateful that it was that way. Takarada-san said in a panel that we had today, he said it was like the two of them and then a rose. So I guess I was the flower. So I was the flower between the two of them.
How sweet.
Yeah, it just worked out.
Well, he's like that.
Yeah, he's so sweet.
Now, to me,
Okay.
the role you played on screen, I thought to be very endearing, even though you didn't believe it to be. But to me, that's what I got from what I saw. Now, and it depicted Susan, who you were playing, as a person who not only cared about her fellow friends, but also about King Kong. Now, who became kind of like a love struck when he saw you, and did you understand this unconventional relationship that was written in the script, where Kong was seeking you as a love interest?
Yes, I got it, and I've had a few unconventional love interests in my real life too, but that tops the cake. Yes, I understood that from the script that he liked me, and so it was very cute.
Now, you probably know a new King Kong film is being produced.
Yes.
And it's called Kong Island. And if they asked you to reprise your role, or maybe act in a minor role, would you take it?
Yes, and yes, and yes. I would love to do something again. I know the chances of that really happening are probably very slim.
You never know.
But you never know. So I'm up for, I don't want to say anything, but I'm up for another experience, and I would be honored, I would be delighted, I'd be thrilled to have that opportunity. Again, now that I'm older, and I appreciate what the film means to a lot of people, I have a new appreciation for it also. So I would love to, yes, love to.
Now that you're part of G-Fest and fans who love your film can once again reconnect with you and the role you played in King Kong Escape, are you excited not to only be part of the experience, but also this being a new adventure and meeting new people in events like this, like G-Fest?
Yes, this is my 5th convention that I've done since last October. And I have to say that so far this has been the one that I've really loved the best. I love the people, it's very family oriented. I see new generations, little kids getting into it. So it's like it's never going to die because, the young kids are getting into it. The convention has just been a very good experience, and I can't say enough. It's been a great experience for me.
now that some of your time is being dedicated to appearing at these types of events, do you take the time now to watch any kind of film which are related to kaiju or tokusatsu genres?
Oh, you got me on that one. I have not. I have not because I work a lot and I'm really, really busy, so I don't watch much TV and I don't have it, I don't rent a lot of movies and stuff, but I think I'm going to have to, so yeah, sorry.
Is one more last question.
One last.
Is there anything you want to say to your fans?
I just want to thank all of you because of you guys, we get to feel the love, and you guys are why we're here. So we don't forget that. I know that Takarada-san and Furuya-san and Sakurai-san and everybody that I've ever, Nakajima-san, everybody that I've ever been in a convention, we get that we are who we are because of you guys. So I want to thank you very much for the love that you give us, for the respect that you give us, and the desire that you have to even want to see us. So we are very appreciative of that. So thank you.